Audio is going to come through the headset or the GoPro. Hoping it comes through the GoPro. How you guys doing? So we got Benny Cruz, Trolley Leo, Ubix Tree Pyrotechnics. How you guys doing? I'll make sure you guys can hear me if you guys are still here. Can y'all hear me? Should be able to. Maybe. Hello? Alright, you can all hear me? Just want to make sure. So yeah, obviously today we're going to be prepping some of my fireworks for New Year's. Since, we got, 7:40 for me right now. So I started a little bit late. But try to get this done hopefully in about 2 hours. Happy New Year. Hey, Spy vs. Pyro. Happy New Year to you as well, and everyone else in the chat. Hopefully the GoPro doesn't die on me. I know we had a problem with that previously, so let's hope that doesn't happen today. But yeah, Spy vs. Pyro. Hopefully you're going to be using that firing system you won either for New Year's or for the 4th, man. I'm excited to see you use it. It's your first one. But how you guys enjoying your New Year's night? Apologize, I'm looking this way because that's where the OBS and live streaming's at and your chat messages are. Well, I think we'll go ahead and jump into it. Let's see if I can move this over here so it's easier to see, so I can reply to you guys. This is kind of like a end of the year live stream discussion, as well as setting up my New Year's display. So this year, here in the Midwest, we're supposed to get snow, rain, ice, sleet, whatever it may be, here in a couple hours. So we might be pulling a lot of this. So I pulled probably a good half or more than half of what I had planned for tonight out of the show, as I don't want to have any issues setting all this product out and it get destroyed. And also, it's a long time to set it all up. So the more product, the longer it takes to set up, since I didn't do any boards this year. Nice stash, yeah. That was a picture from the stash. I just hadn't had time to do any of my stash updates that I got fireworks from this year. I think I had probably about 25 cases that I've gotten since 4th of July, as I knew next year prices were going to be even worse. So I kind of been stocking up, which some of these cakes here, you'll notice, are some of those new items. So I guess let's quickly go through what we're going to be prepping tonight. So up first, we have the Strategic Attack by Miracle. Good design, and the reason why I like it is the performance. It's basically going to be like a howling whistle, 2-layered effect in every break. Got a case of this from Schneider's, so I wanted to test one out and see what it looks like. We're going to be shooting 2 of the Sky High by Miracle. See if I can get it out of the glare of the light. So this is a 200 gram cake. It's got angles. Basically, it's going to have like comets shoot left and right, and then breaks in the middle. We're going to be shooting 2 at the same time. We got 2 of the Fire Factory Rage Saturn missiles. I got to have some Saturn missiles if I'm shooting fireworks. So these are 292 shots. They got the small and the big. We're going to be shooting 2 of these tonight. I think that's probably going to be the opener. Let everyone know that, hey, it's New Year's. We got 2 200 gram cakes. These ones are, we got Monkey Ridge by Maddox, and then Bump Bear by Winda. These are 2 that I won from Skywars, or sorry, Pyro, yeah, Skywars 200 gram raffle. I have duplicates of these in there, so we'll shoot these 2 tonight. I'm going to be shooting probably 8 200 gram cakes at once, kind of building up to the finale. So we'll be shooting those. Got to throw in some classics. I got a case of this a couple years ago, the Crazy Fruits by Clown. You guys know these are going to be good. So, yeah, got to shoot 50 of these. Got to make some sound to ring in the new year. We got 2 of the Guard Dog we're going to be shooting by Hot. You get that from Fireworks Forever. At least that's where I got my case from. So I got plenty more of these. I think I got 10 more to shoot. We're going to be shooting 2 of them up. So we're going to be doing the 2 Guard Dogs, the 2 Crazy Fruits, the Monkey Wrench, the Bump Bear. Probably be shooting those 6 at the same time, and then maybe the Sky High or the Saturn missiles. Haven't really decided. Get into the 500 grams. We already did the strategic attack, so we'll look at this one by Great Grizzly called Golden Goose. This was actually supposed to be another cake, but I got a rewrap of it. And the rewrap's a little bit different. So this is supposed to have that screaming whistle with break in each volley. The one that I was supposed to get was supposed to have color, like a strobing pistol break, and then a little crackle in. This one, I believe, is, yeah, so this one just has a crackle. Instead of a crackle at the little whistling tail breaks in the sky like the other cake I was supposed to get, this one has crackle just in the end volley. So we're going to be shooting that up. We got one of my favorite crackle cakes. You guys might have seen this if you've been watching recently. To top this by Miracle. It's a 20 shot all crackle 4-layer effect. So you got the crackle mine, you got the different height mines like the low and the high. You get crackle tails up to big crackle breaks. So this is going to be towards the end. We're going to be shooting this one. Do got a case of that, so we got 3 more. We'll probably be shooting on 4th of July. You guys might know the blue cake. We'll just say that one is that one, Zeppelin. Probably one of my favorite cakes of this year because it's got some great effects. It's got sound and it's got crackle. So yeah. And then last but not least, we'll get to the end, but we do have a rack of shells I need to load. I guess we can pull out which shells are going to be in here. So we got 4 of each. So basically we're going to be doing 4 volleys of 4 shells. I was trying to do 22, but I ain't got the angles out here. I don't want to be shooting over neighbors' houses, so we're just going to be doing 16. So we're going to be doing some of the GoldenEye shells. We're going to be having a row of Silver Strobe. We're going to have a row of the Whistling Tail. He's a 6-inch by, I think it's Hot Fireworks. Gotta have some of these. Y'all should know what that one is. It's a 6-inch, not the 7-inch version. I think that's the Masters. And then this one, if you guys know what this one is, let's just say it's a double break with a happy ending. And then I do have 4 of the good old new version. See if we can get closer. Zombies. So it's going to be a good banger. Like I said, since it's possibly going to be snowing, sleeting, raining, all that stuff, I don't want to be out there setting up forever, especially if I got to scratch part of the show. So we're going to do a little light this year. I mean, still a good amount. Just not as much as I had planned, but, you know, that just means I got more fireworks for next time. Let me put these shells back in the right tube since I want to be shooting them in a certain way. Let's see what you guys have been saying. Happy New Year. Hey, Philly D, Happy New Year to you as well. I don't know if it's New Year's on your side of the country yet, but I'm sure it's close. Let's see. Pyro, Y-O-U, Pyro. Happy New Year. Have a good show. Hey, I appreciate it. Hopefully all you guys, if you're shooting any fireworks tonight, you have a good one. Be safe out there, obviously. Let's see. Did you end up with the shoot for the sky that was in the 200-gram raffle at Sky Wars? I'd have to double check. You'd have to look back at my Sky Wars stash update. And I went over all the 200 grams that I won. Top this is a banger. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Let's see. 10 cases of Master Shells, 6 and 7s. Okay. I was able to get 2 cases of the 6s before the 7s ever came in, so I got 2 to last a little bit because I mean, I like a lot of color, big breaking color, and since I don't always have a permit to get my 1-3 shells, it's always nice to kind of dabble in something that's a little bit bigger than the typical shells that you come across. All right, got all those put back in there. So I think it's time we'll go ahead and kind of jump in. I think we'll do the 500 grams. That way we can get some of this out of the way quickly. Wyoming Pyro. Okay, my apologies. I kind of assumed, but didn't know what you preferred there. Where can you get igniters for firing systems? So let me actually get my igniters I'm using today. Sorry if I move the camera. So since you have to have an ATF license at a storage to have like the Chinese or the professional 1-3 igniters, at least you should. I don't ever get anything else besides the MJG igniters. So they make different lengths. But MJG igniters, I think it's like mjg.com, I believe. That's the ones that bring it in. You can also buy these from Cobra Firing Systems. They have them as well. They're both very competitive. The more you buy, basically, the bigger the pallet that they ship out, the cheaper the shipping, and the cheaper the price. So the KCAP, Kansas City Area Pyrotechnicians, KCAP, the firework group that I'm a part of, we do a big old case order. I think this year we filled up a pallet, so it was like a lot of these boxes. Because, I mean, I think we were paying a pretty decent price, like somewhere around $20-25 for 47-foot MJG igniters, which is pretty cheap, surprisingly. Because I'm afraid, just like fuses and cakes and fireworks, these are going to go up next year because the materials that are in there. So yeah, MJG igniters or Cobra Firing System is the best place to order them online. If you're wanting to, you could also maybe go to a local store. They might have them, but I'm sure you're going to pay a pretty penny. Let's see, where's my poke at? Now, I've been kind of lazy, have been using a toolbox, so been just kind of using a UPS box to kind of store all my firework stuff. See if we get the tape out. Let me get a poke. Apologize if it's loud. We're going to be using this fuse. This like 300 feet. I think it's 300 feet of fuse. Let's see. Where's my slow fuse? I might have to go get my slow fuse if I don't have it in here. Freeze Fest? Not yet. Since we haven't had our beginning year meeting, we'll kind of go over the events that we'll have next year. I know, like you said, we're going to be part of, or at least if you saw on the forum there, Hubix Tree, and I'm going to butcher your name every time, and I apologize. On KCAP right now, we're going to be competing against Pyro at the 76 demo next year. Well, I'm excited for that, to actually see 76 have a live demo that we all can kind of watch in person or be there. You're in 2022 already, Francisco? Hey, well, Happy New Year, man. Hopefully 2022 is decent. I don't want to say better than last year because I said that last year, and then we kind of still have the same stuff in 2020. So, yeah, won't say nothing like that. Let's see. We've been at it for 10 minutes, and I haven't even started. I feel like it's going to be a long night. So for you guys out there, you guys prepped. I see most of you guys have already prepped your fireworks for New Year's. So I assume you guys are already prepared for the night if you plan on shooting, or at least sometime this weekend. Let's see here. Just going to take a drink of water. But yeah, I mean, you guys have a New Year's stash put together and everything, and you're ready to go for New Year's? If it's either past or in the future? And I do apologize. Still not getting used to this live streaming stuff, so if I suck at it, that's alright. I'm trying my best. You see that poke kind of got bent. Let's see. I think it's time we'll go ahead and start poking some cakes. So let's get the big ones out of the way. So those are going to be easy. Since, like I said, it's going to be raining, sleeting, slowing, just a messy night. I want to make sure that we're doing the firing system so we can kind of make it quick and easy. We'll be using the Cobra tonight. So I'm excited for that. The county posted a burn ban last night, so no fireworks for 2 weeks. Oh, that's unfortunate. We've been getting a lot of rain and weather here in the Midwest, so, or should I say Kansas. So we are, wrong thing. Let's make sure Pyro Pooch don't see me using them scissors, because I didn't mean to. It's just a habit. Whenever you got something to cut in the cake, I just tear right into it. So I probably did show you guys what I just did. Basically, just kind of scissored up where the fuse is sticking out, and then cut the fuse right at the end. I know some people leave the fuse in so they can always ignite the cake. For me, I'm going to shoot at E-match when I prep it regardless, so I'm not going to keep the fuse. And the fuse, I'll just kind of dispose of it or kind of burn it together. It's snowing here. The fireworks light up the sky. Hey, man, for you people up in the north, I would love to have that ability because I was hoping to see some snow this season for like Christmas and be able to be ready. See if we can get all that kind of spread out. But yeah, unfortunately, it was like 75 degrees on Christmas Day for me, which is crazy. That's definitely a lot warmer than expected. And I mean, the first possible snow is hopefully going to be this weekend here for me. The Wizard Pyro, hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year to you as well. And anybody else here in the chat for being with me tonight. But yeah, I'm going to try to just be prepping these. If you guys have any questions along the way, I'm sure some of you are mostly experienced, so you don't really need to go in depth with all this. But if you guys have been here before when I prep my stuff, I always like to make sure I do the least amount of work possible in the field or outside. Because, I mean, either you're shooting in the real high heat or you don't have a lot of time to set up. Or, like tonight, it's going to be snowing, sleeting, raining, whatever it turns out to be. And I want to be ready to just basically plug this in, press fire, and ready to go. So 5-10 minute setup if I'm lucky. I'm looking for my tape. Man, I don't know how these people live stream like video games and stuff because I get very distracted. I want to make sure I'm not like missing any guys' questions or anything like that. So I need to stop looking over here to the right too much. And then yeah, I always kind of like to make the kind of as though it was before on the cake. And then to make it easy, I'll put it right on top. If I was doing my show, I'd put a number or a sticker on this to kind of let me know where I'm plugging it in. But since I know the show's going to be tonight, it's only one mod. Should be pretty easy. So there we go. Just about finished. Got to do one last piece. And if you guys have never seen my setup videos before, what I kind of did here. So obviously, we exposed that first shot. Put the match in. Tape the cake back up. I put this little piece of tape here. So that way, if anyone's walking in the field and they have the wire kind of plugged into the mod, this right here will rip, that piece of tape right here, and not out of the cake. So it's kind of like a backup or a safety. You don't have to do this second piece of tape, but I'd rather be safe than sorry and know that what I have set up in the show is actually going to shoot off. Sorry for all the loud noises. What's up, Michael? Wow. Michael, how you doing, man? You gonna be shooting up there in the woods for New Year's? You got something planned, or you gonna be at the house? I know you've been at it for a minute, so I just didn't know if you got anything planned. But Happy New Year's to you as well. Let's see, James Hayes, Happy New Year's. For anyone that has had it already or is coming up in a couple hours. There. Sorry, I forget the camera's up here. Let me show you what I did. So yeah, like I cut up the cake, cut the fuse off because I don't want any fuse outside the cake or possibly starting quicker than I wanted to. Man, but yeah, Wyoming Pyro or YOU Pyro, however you pronounce it, man, I would love to have some snow. For me, since I live pretty close to a lake, I mean, it's like right across the street from me. The echo in the tree line always makes the fireworks sound so great. So I got a great echo spot. You guys might have been able to hear that on the videos. And I mean, from where I'm recording to where I'm shooting is maybe 40, 50 feet. I'm not that far away. So, yeah, you really get to feel and hear everything, which for me, that's what I do this for, right? But anyone got any plans, or has anyone been stocking up for next year's 4th of July? Have you guys been buying fireworks? Have you been getting anything ahead of schedule? As like I said, next year, the shipping's already gotten worse if you guys haven't paid attention. It's shipping's gone up a lot since the 4th, and I'm sure it's just going to continue to keep climbing. So I would definitely, if you can, stock up before the 4th, because I can only imagine the prices right now. What's up, Jason? Send a snow your way. We'll have plenty. I wish it was that simple, because I would definitely like some snow. Just gives a better view of the fireworks, man. Be able to see that kind of like a reflection over a lake when you're shooting on a dock. That whole just view of the fireworks, you kind of get it twice. It's just for me, it's just makes it so much better. That's why I'm always hoping one day I'll be able to do a lake shoot, either shoot off a dock or a barge or a boat. What's the guy that always shoots off the island for the 4th? Man. Now I'm going to have to look it up. And I know he ain't going to be happy because I should know the name by now, but I am just completely blanking. Ah, yeah, KJS Insano. That's who I was talking about. Always shooting off on the 4th. You got about $4,000 sitting in the garage. I got my whole shed full. I got like 2 pallets worth. So, yeah, I kind of stocked up just in case prices go crazy next year. Because, I mean, you really think fireworks going to get cheaper? I mean, I've been buying fireworks pretty hardcore on the wholesale side for, 6 years now? And I've never seen the prices go down. So, I'm going to continue with that trend and assume it's going to keep going up in price, unfortunately. Started stocking up this year for next, working on my magazine for my 1-3 next year. Hey, good luck to you on that. Is it YOU Pyro? See, I'm going to keep, if I offend you, I apologize. I'm not trying to. I just don't know if to say Wyoming Pyro or YOU. But, yeah, when I got my 1-3 license, that was, or 1-3 permit, that was pretty intense. I mean, it's kind of common sense. Can't be a felon. You know, you got to kind of know the smarts, ins and outs, and safety of fireworks. But to get a bunker or a 1-3 bunker, to be able to store 1-3, that is a dream of mine. Unfortunately, I ain't got a big enough property to have that. So I only shoot 1-3 at paid shows through the firework company I shoot around the 4th with, and then the club events about the only time I get to shoot 1-3, unfortunately. James been buying up for the last 2 months. Got it done early because the price is going to get ridiculous. Yeah, I can only imagine how worse it's going to be. It's going to be pretty insane. So yeah, if you guys haven't bought and you can afford, I'd recommend checking out some stores right now for New Year's, as I know the 4th is going to be even worse. Just launched a few sleeves of Golden Eyes. You shooting any of yours tonight? Oh, yeah. We'll be shooting, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to be shooting 8 of them. We're going to be shooting 4 of the Silver Strobe mines and then 4 of the Whistling Tail. So we'll be shooting those tonight. And then, yeah, Jason, like I said, if you guys are in the Midwest area, I definitely recommend hit up the Iowa Fireworks Farm. I know you guys have probably seen a lot of their product that I've demoed on the channel, and a big shout out to them for helping out the channel throughout the year. If you guys looking for New Year's sales, I'm sure they got some sweet deals still going on right now. I know they did a lot of closeout sales at the Iowa Fireworks Farm, and I'd be interested to know how many of you guys have kind of checked out their store, because when I got in there, it was pretty surreal seeing all that product stacked all the way to the ceiling, and so many different brands was what's really got me going. I saw so many new brands I've never seen before, and for me, I like to kind of test out anything new to me. You know, new brands, new cake, new effect. Always intrigued in the new stuff. The storage for 1-4 is frustrating. Well, see, if you're under 1,000 pounds, you really don't have to worry about it. In the county I'm in, basically it's Firework Legal 365, so I could store anything but 1-3 on my property. I probably have a decent amount in that shed out there. That was what the picture was for this stream. And yeah, I mean, I probably got about 80 or so cases out there of fireworks that I need to shoot. So we'll get around to it eventually. But just in case prices go too insane, I wanted to kind of make sure I could continue to upload frequently into next year and hopefully beyond. As I mean, I've been doing this for over 5 years now. It's been a long ride, but it's been a lot of fun along the way. As being able to share my passion with other people that enjoy the same passion is pretty deserving. Pretty what is that? Not deserving. It's pretty satisfying to see everyone else enjoy a hobby that I thought I was the only one that was insane. You know, buying that much product to send up in the sky for like a couple minutes. You know, spend $1,000 in a minute. I know we work for our city shows or our city displays. We'll be sending up probably anywhere from 500 to 3,000 a minute worth of product. So that's, yeah, when you get that to a personal level, when you have that on a personal level, that is going to be something where you're like, man, am I crazy? But hey, it's better than gambling. It's better than doing a lot of things in life that are a lot worse for you. Yeah, there's danger in this and risk, and I'm sure that's the adrenaline rush that we all kind of get from shooting fireworks. Not knowing what an item's going to do the first time you shoot it. But always try to be as safe as you can be. You know how the story goes. Happy New Year's from Hawaii, Kyle. Hey, where does New Year's begin? Does anybody know? Like, what is the country where New Year's, what's the... Is it Hawaii, California, or is it somewhere in Europe or Asia? Does anybody know where exactly New Year's starts? Like what country it starts? Like, I mean, I guess I'm asking like which country is the furthest along in the days? Like right now it's 8 o'clock here in the Midwest, but like, is it somewhere in Europe? I assume where it's already New Year's, or like which country? Because I've never really thought about that. But I'm sure some of you guys throughout the world, if you guys are watching, you probably already had your New Year's celebration. Nice blue cake? Hey, yeah. One of my favorite of the year. Good old Zeppelin. Let's just hope this one doesn't act like its name. Because we don't want it to blow up. We want it to blow out. Let me get these rest of the 500 grams set up. Hawaii is the last day to end the new year. That's all I know. Hey, that just means you got to end the night for all of us, right? If you're the last ones that celebrate New Year's for the States, then y'all got to bring us home. Hopefully, I know the rules out there are pretty strict, and I'm sure the product is probably insane price-wise. But I'm sure you guys do big out there in Hawaii. Let's see. Wyoming Pyro. Yeah, shorter's the 1-4. It is very frustrating. If you guys didn't pay attention or check my earlier live stream of the year for 4th of July, when I was saying a lot of the small mom and pop shops that are like 1 or 2 brands basically went out of business or shut down or got bought out this year, is because there was plenty of product, but it was spread across so many different brands that only stores that carried a lot of brands or were the only importer of that brand, like the manufacturers themselves, they're the only ones that had plenty of product this year. Like the Iowa Fireworks Farm and Jason and Wade over there, they have so many different brands that they had plenty of product to sell for 4th of July and New Year's. So, yeah. But if you're looking for a specific brand, yeah, that's definitely hard to find this year. Unless it's a manufacturer that brings their product up through, Louisiana area, Georgia area. Because for the manufacturers, like, Fire Factory, Great Grizzly, stuff like that. Thanks to Jason, I know that they come through the ports down in Georgia, Louisiana area. So they had plenty of product this year. This Fire Factory, Great Grizzly, and a couple other brands. They had plenty of product. And why'd I just cut that cake? I was going to fuse this up, but I guess we'll fire these individually. Yeah, got distracted, messed myself up for my plan. I like to save the MJG or the fire initiators, so I'd rather use fuse if I can. They're a little bit cheaper. Europe is the international date line. Okay, Michael, I appreciate it. I assume so, since it's kind of where civilization kind of began, is over in the Europe region. So I assume that's where it probably starts. Jason saying the canister shells are going to be hard to find next year. I'm glad I picked up 5 cases of canister shells in the last 6 months. So I should be good for a year or two. I'm checking messages. If I ever look this way, I'm trying to read what you guys are saying. Take another drink of water. Apologize. Hopefully you don't have to hear me drink. All right, Jason. Well, get safe driving home. Get your show prepped up, and hopefully you'll be ready for New Year's, since I think you're on the same time zone as me up there in Iowa. Finally got a hold of my first Tannerite cake last week. Was going to send it up tonight, and we got a stupid burn ban. Yeah, Tannerites are pretty good. Definitely not the hardest hitting cake, but I just love the darkness of them. That's what I really enjoy about the Tannerites. Most cakes that you get out there that have consumer salutes in them, they always have that flash, and I mean that's cool and all. But for me, when I want a dark, loud item, it's always nice to have that ability to have that in a firework. Let me reshunt this one. Came unwounded. And again, yeah, make sure if you ever take off that cover, make sure you shunt it up again before you plug it in the firing system, or if you're just kind of carrying it around. I don't like to do this stuff in my house, but unfortunately we got to do it because it's pitch black outside and the shed's too full to do it out there, and I don't think I'd want to prep out there with 80 cases of fireworks. But yeah, Tannerite, I love the cake. Don't know if they're still going to bring it in or manufacture it, but those are some good cakes to have for sure, if you can come across them. I know I got a case of 8 of them like a year and a half ago. I think it was January of last year, I believe, or earlier this year. And it's a nice consumer, or should I say articles of pyrotechnic crowd pleaser. Let's see. You're in the Carolinas, James? Okay. So if you guys have been prepping, getting stocked up, it's a good suggestion, since I don't think you're going to see any cheaper prices for the 4th. So you guys watch this video in the future, or if you kind of weren't here to live stream and you watch this on the channel, because I will put this up on the channel as long as the GoPro doesn't die before we get through all these. Definitely recommend buying product now, because the 4th is going to be insane, and in the way that the world is right now, I'm sure there's going to be more shortages of product, because I mean there's just shortages of anything in general. Since fireworks aren't a commodity, or sorry, they're not a necessity, they're a commodity. They may not get brought in as much, unfortunately, for next year as we get for 2022. So yeah, I'm just kind of finishing prepping all these. One thing I do want to ask is, what was your favorite manufacturer? Like, what's your favorite brand? And I'm talking about like a legit brand, because we all have our favorite OLs. But what's your favorite like name brand that you would prefer over any others, or I mean maybe your favorite two or top three, or if you have too many kind of tied. What's your favorite brands to shoot? The Carlos Gamer. You all right there? Do I need to? What you saying there? I don't know what that means. In? Is that like a special character? And I apologize. I ain't trying to be. Okay. Don't know what that means. So. You love your YouTube channel? Hey, well, I appreciate it, Alex. Glad you enjoy it. Been a long time kind of refining everything for what I think is best. But I like to be informative about fireworks, I like to have safety around them. Because I don't want to get fireworks taken away or made illegal in the place that I live at or anything in general. So I try to be safe with them. Sky Song? Okay. I'll have to look up that brand there, Michael. Never heard of that one before. See, James, you got Brothers, Legend, World Class. Yeah, pretty competitive. You're new to the channel, Jake? Hi. Ontario. My day job, I speak with Canadians and pretty much any state in North America. So, hello, and hopefully you're not up in the, what is it? What is the island on the east side of Canada? Yeah, because I'm sure it'd almost be New Year's for you, but you're sitting here in Ontario, so okay. You got a little bit till New Year's. T-Sky is pretty good. Raccoon brand on the rise. Yeah, I would agree with you. A lot of people would say Raccoon was probably like their legit favorite brand out there that they can come across. For me, one of my new ones for this year that I've really been enjoying, the Hot brand from Fireworks Forever. It's a up-and-coming brand, I would definitely say. But they've been having some nice stuff. And Miracle has been kind of really surprising me this year as well. Miracle Fireworks. Winda? Yeah, I didn't get to shoot much Winda this year, unfortunately. I just didn't pick up many cases of Winda because usually Winda, I used to get it from 76 Fireworks, but their prices are insane, like beyond anyone else's prices for wholesale. And, part of wholesale, you're supposed to be getting a discount. You're not supposed to be paying retail price when you go wholesale, so. Yeah, I don't get Winda anymore because no one else around me has that. Let's see. Pacific Ocean International Date Line established in 1884, passed through the mid-Pacific Ocean, roughly follows 100-degree longitude north, south. Okay, well, I appreciate that, David. Thanks for the update. Just, for some reason, it's something I just never thought about before, but there had to be a reason as to why they decided, all right, our timeline is exact, everyone else is after us. First time on the Big T Pyro. Let's see. Yep, first time. I'm a big Pyro addict. You fires from all over the world. Canada, America, Asia, Europe, you name it, and stage pyrotechnics. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to get my close prox license for Missouri and Kansas. But that stuff, whew, that requires a little bit too much to use that close proximity, like inside of a venue and stuff like that. And for me, I love that smoke. I can't have the close prox. It just ain't the same feeling for me. But yeah, it'd be nice to be able to get some products outside the U.S. I mean, obviously, the products we get in the U.S. are from China and Japan. See, I did it again. This cake was supposed to be fused, not matched, but making mistakes. It's all right. Pyro Brian, Happy New Year to you as well, man. Hopefully it hasn't come up, and if this wire, it's the USB cord that connects the GoPro to the computer. That way I don't have to Wi-Fi it, and hopefully the quality is 1080. Hopefully it's not too crappy on your guys' end. It should just be 1080, I think narrow or linear mode. So hopefully the quality turns out well. I mean, I like to do 4K, but I haven't seemed to figure out how to get 4K on the GoPro. So maybe next year when I re-up and get a new GoPro or a new camera, we'll do some 4K live streams in the future. Let's see. Definitely have to try the Miracle. Heard a lot about them. Hot brand I would try. Yeah, hot brand. Very, very good. Miracle came out with a lot of new heavy hitters. Let's see. There's been a few big Firework items that have been pretty hot this year. Yeah. It's almost like they know the prices were going to be insane, so they made them extra good this year. I don't know if that's true, but with prices increasing so much, and they're putting a little bit of extra big a bang or a little bit colors or a little bit longer duration, I did kind of notice that. Not so many products were watered down from previous years, as you would say. Let's see. Everything I shot from them was a consistent performance and repeaters. Yeah, I would agree with you, Michael. You have big Firework items, 500-gram cakes. For me, big is kind of one of those brands that are like 50-50. Either the cake's going to be really, really good, or it's going to be really, really crappy. So it's kind of one of the brands that I stay away from, because you never know what you're going to get. They tend to water down their product pretty often, so you have to get lucky with it. But if you find some cakes that you enjoy, that's up to you. It's your opinion. For me, big is one of the brands I kind of stay away from, unfortunately. Back Mountain Pyro, hey, Happy New Year to you as well. Let's see. You're also a weapon collector. I got quite a bit of stuff, including an entire weapon collection from a friend of mine. Yeah, I haven't really got into guns or anything like that. I guess, you have to kind of grow up around stuff like that to kind of have that want to collect that. For me, it wasn't anything that I grew up with, so I didn't really, look into any kind of weapons or like knives or guns or stuff like that. For me, I rather just spend money on fireworks. Sorry, I had to use the teeth because I don't have my wire snips in here to remove the coating on this match since the copper end broke off when I pulled off the shunt. Let's see. How's the wind down there tonight? We're looking around 10 to 15 mile per hour gusts. Since we have the cold front coming in with a big old winter storm that apparently is hitting a lot of the Midwest and states. We're going to hope it stays out of the direction that it says that it's going to be going. So that way it's going towards no one's property. As, neighbors, I'd say, are within a couple hundred feet of my property. And I don't like to put debris or anything downrange on anyone's property. I just, be courteous and safe as you can be. Just finished fusing, 50 degrees here in Ohio, won't be freezing. Hey, quiz kid Donnie Smith, you already got your stuff set up. That's awesome to hear. 50 degrees, yeah. Surprisingly, it was like 65, 67 degrees, and tonight it's going to be getting down to like 20 degrees. So for New Year's, I'll be shooting out in 25. Definitely not the coldest that I've shot in before. As you guys might, if you guys have been on the channel for a while, my New Year's show, I think in 2017, that video where the landowner just kept on saying FU 2017, FU 2017. It was -10, felt like -15. The wind chill was down there around the -15. And I put 3 hours in the field and got a little bit of, let's say, frostbite in my fingers. Couldn't really feel them for, I'd say, probably about 4 or 6 hours after I cleaned up. That was pretty rough, so I will take 25 degrees over -15 any day. I'm still surprised all the items shot off during that show. But yeah, Happy New Year to you as well, Quiz Kid Donnie Smith. Hope you have a good one. Make sure you're being safe out there. You got a Mad Jester case from Big. It's Flash Broken Pixie Dust Willows. Nice. Sounds like a good cake to have. You have one of the Cobra 6s there, Jake? Yeah. For me, since I got an ATF license and I shoot 1.3, I don't need to get anything that's not, supposed to be here in the States. So anything that I'm allowed to have as a consumer in the United States, I will get. I don't need to stretch the rules since, ATF or fire marshal could search for property. So I don't have anything that's banned or outlawed or anything like that. I do it 100% safe because I'd really hate to lose my license. It's kind of like my dream as a kid growing up. So I'm not going to risk my dream over just a little bit extra bang or color. It's not worth it to me. So you enjoyed the videos from Thunder on the Plains 21. I was at this year, and it was cool to watch them again on your channel. I appreciate it, Mark. I'm glad to see that you made it out to Thunder on the Plains. Sizboom is another great, Sizboom Fireworks is another great firework company. They have some awesome wholesale deals. I don't know if you ever have known that, but Sizboom Fireworks, they got some pretty sweet wholesale prices down there, down in South Kansas. And yeah, us KCAP members, we always love shooting with them. Let's see, what do we got left? So we got 200 grams, and then we got the shells diffused up. So how are we looking at? Almost an hour in. We're more than halfway done. Heck yeah. You don't have any reservations about matching indoors? I do, Trevor. I restrict it to half two bases. Typically, I would do this matching in the field 100% of the time. But when it's completely pitch black or cold or the weather's really, really bad, I will prep the day of a shoot. But I will only, I'll make sure there's no fuse exposed, no black powder exposed. Make sure I'm using something to get rid of static electricity. Won't have anything that's going to create a fire to ignite any fuse or black powder or anything like that. So let's just say Zombie Pyro is not happy, but she understands that I'm going to shoot regardless, so might as well be comfortable and, be in here with you guys. And I'd be as safe as I can be with it. It's going to snow overnight. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking forward to. But yeah, Mark, Sizboom Fireworks. We'll definitely be out there at Thunder of the Plains again. If you're anywhere in the Kansas area, we shoot. If you like Thunder on the Plains, I highly recommend going to Sky Wars. Look up Sky Wars. It's out near St. Louis, Missouri. Just imagine that Thunder on the Plains. You thought that was pretty insane? Just imagine like 5 to 10 times the amount of product in a 3-hour event. 11 shows in total. We're shooting up to 12-inch shells, like multiples throughout the night. So yeah, if you ever look at it, I would highly recommend looking at Sky Wars. You can check some of the videos on the channel. That is my pinnacle of a firework event that I've been to. Have been to PGI or the Western Winters Blast, because that's something I want to get to someday if I can ever afford it. But if not, Sky Wars is definitely closer for me, and that's the event that I look for every year. Once I went, it's one of those events that I'll never miss as long as I'm alive. So I highly recommend looking at Sky Wars if you're looking for an intense fireworks show to attend. Let's see. 10 at midnight here tonight for me. -10. Oof, Michael. Hopefully you're gonna be warm out there, as that's gonna be pretty cold. Come on, chair, don't be squeaking. You're looking at 12-mile-per-hour wind, which is bothering me a little bit. I got big and fast though. Yeah. Anything over 10 kind of gets me kind of worried, since there's obviously a lot of leaves on the grounds. Since we've been getting a lot of moisture, I'm not too afraid of it or worrisome. But for me, while I'm doing cleanup, I'll always do fire safety, fire checks. Make sure debris isn't going anywhere that I can't see. Since I'm shooting pretty close to my house and I'm shooting over my cars, and I got neighbors nearby. I try to be as safe as I possibly can be. There's been many times that I need to do a demo shoot for an item or a firework or a cake or shells where I just scrapped it because the wind was too ferocious or coming out of the wrong direction or there was a burn ban or I just didn't like the environment that I was going to have to shoot. So there's been many times that I just pulled it for safety reasons because rather be safe than sorry. There's no point being unsafe around, hobby or passion. Let's see. I'm in Iowa and it's cold, wind gusts of 30, and I want to shoot 200-gram cake, but neighbor to the south. Yeah, Pyro Brian. It's all depending on where you live at. Like for me, I know Zombie Pyro, the wife or the missus, when she got me to move down here, that was one of the things we were looking for. We wanted to be at a place that allowed fireworks 365, and this county does. There's no noise ordinance, so I can shoot fireworks any day of the year. And technically I can shoot at any time, but we all kind of stay within the guidelines of 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. except for 4th of July and New Year's, then it's midnight or 1 o'clock. So I'm sure tonight when I'm shooting, the neighborhood hopefully will be joining in with me. I always have to blow them away because that's just how we do. But yeah, I'm sure the neighborhood's going to be joining in since it's going to be a nice night for fireworks. And I apologize if this duct tape's loud, but let me just get this over with here. Just wrapping it too to kind of stabilize the cakes. Alright. Sorry for loud noises. I think next time I'll just mute my mic. It'll probably be better for you guys. Because I'm sure that was loud because it was loud for me. But I know I didn't really kind of talk through what I did here. So the next two that I'll do, I'll talk through it. But basically, I just made sure the fuses were exposed on both these cake. Ran a fuse. This is 1.5 or I think it's 0.5 or to 1.5 second burn time foot fuse, so it's pretty quick. It's not the white quick fuse, but since I got so much of it, I use this when I'm fusing up cakes. So that way, basically, when this fires its second shot, this one will begin firing its first shot. So you can use one match to ignite 2 cakes, and you can kind of do this technique on multiples. And then for stability, I duct tape both of them together since I want that fuse to not get detached from the cake. And then it's kind of easier. You kind of make like bigger cakes, which less likely will be tipping over. I will be using the XL. Let's see, is the musket shot? No, it's the Redbeard, the XL holder. We'll be putting all the 200 grams in there tonight. I feel like I've been missing a lot of questions. Let me catch up before we jump into the last 4, and then we'll get into the shells. So what do we got here? I haven't used them for wholesale before, but I do buy retail from Sizboom every year. Mark, I'd recommend looking into wholesale if you guys are near Sizboom Fireworks, as you get more bang for your buck. You may get less variety since you're buying a full case versus one item, but you get a lot more product buying wholesale. So I highly recommend going that route if you have the ability to. And Sizboom is a great store, very competitive throughout the country on wholesale prices. Dale, I would say would be in the top 3 of pricing versus quality when it comes to buying wholesale, for sure. So I would definitely check in. Let's see. I know the MJGs are less volatile than actual E-Match, but it still makes me nervous about static and stuff. Yeah, I understand that, Trevor. You can always be a little bit safer about it. I like the Chinese, that stuff goes up instantly. That's why you have those accidents, because just people being careless and stuff. But yeah, MJG, it's not the most safest thing to use, but I mean, as long as I'm not crushing, putting any electricity through it, I should be pretty safe. And worst case scenario, I'll have 4 seconds to run outside and throw the cake or item or whatever it may be. When I get to the shells, that's when I'll be probably the worst off, because don't like fusion shells inside, but unfortunately we're going to have to do that tonight. Hoping to get involved in KCAP in 2022. Well, Trevor, kcap.us, I believe is what it is. Let me double check the website. If you guys are in the Kansas, Missouri area, or I mean, we have people from Oklahoma, Arkansas. You got the KCAP Kansas City Aero Park Technicians. Yeah, so it's kcap.net, I believe, or is kcap.us. I always forget the domain. I just save it. Yeah, KCAP, so kcap.us. Kind of has all of our past shows. You're able to look at the forum and potentially, reach out to our treasurer if you want to think about joining the club. We shoot many club events throughout the year, which is why I kind of joined them probably about 5 years ago. It was ironic. I think I'll tell my story since some of you guys don't really know the story, so we'll kind of do that while I do these cakes. But basically, when I started my YouTube channel 5.5 years ago, we just went out, spent like $1,500 retail. Thought it was the biggest, fireworks stash possible. For me, it was my biggest assortment of fireworks. I went to a Winkle Fireworks or a Black Cat store here. I think it was the one out in Lone Jack, Missouri. And we spent $1,500. Got the Godfather. I thought I was the crap. I thought it was, I thought I was the best with the amount of stash because it was my biggest stash yet. And realized I waste a lot of money buying, $1,500 on that, because that's like 15 to 18 cases of product I could have got instead of the 5-6 cases I got instead. But regardless, that's when I kind of started my YouTube channel. Watching Joe Robinson and Pyro Nation throughout the years, kind of was like, hey, there's been a lot of brands that are here in the Midwest that no videos are on, and for me, I wanted to know what the firework did, like visually, before I paid money for it, because back then I didn't really have a lot of money. So if I was buying a firework, I better know what it's gonna do. So that's when I kind of started my channel, and then like 6 months later, I attended a 76 fireworks demo. It was the first demo that I've ever been to in my life. And I don't know if just destiny or what it may be, but during the dinner or the luncheon where they talk to big dealers on the wholesale side, like whole fireworks stores and stuff, I just happened to be at a table where the owner of 76 Fireworks and the two main people for J&M Displays out of Iowa were discussing inventory about what they could get, and me and Zombie Pyro were just eating at that table. They happened to sit down. I introduced myself. I said I was trying to get in 1-3 and I was trying to get into wholesale. So my first order, I think, was through 76 Fireworks wholesale wise, and then J&M Displays. I've been shooting for them for years now, but the irony about it is the owner of 76 basically said, hey, I'm going to have you talk to a KCAP member. And that's when I met Tom, and he's been the president of KCAP every year that I've been part of it. And ever since then, I would not be missing out on a Pyro Club. If you guys have a Pyro Club that you are a part of, I'm sure you'll understand this. But basically, being able to shoot, 10, 15 times a year, or be able to show or see 10 to 15 different events where product is being sent up as a show and not just like randomly shot, which we do have a couple random shot ones, but most of them are pyro musicals. That just brought the addiction on even worse, and that's what kind of makes sure I can get the content out to you guys throughout the year. Sky Wars was your first pyro event, Trevor? Yeah. Probably not the best year to go with Sky Wars. They had a lot of technical difficulties, unfortunately. They had to scrap like 2 shows. One show got delayed by like an hour. In the 4 years that I've been to Sky Wars, I've never ever had any technical difficulties that lasted over an hour. So unfortunately, you didn't get to see the best part of Sky Wars, because when it's like one after another, it's just a fun environment. So I highly recommend going again. Definitely recommend it. It's one of those events that I'll never pass up. You're up in St. Joe, joined the Mo Pyro for Sky Wars and found out about KCAP later. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Mo Pyro's on your side of the state, so I would definitely recommend checking out. Looks great. What shells you sent it up? Hey, Checho. Nice of you to stop in, buddy. Techo, one of longtime subscribers. We be shooting product throughout the years, and yeah, it's been a long time since I shot with you. We're gonna be sending up. We're about to get out to the shells, but we're gonna send up some GoldenEye. I think this is the hot brand. We're gonna be sending up 8 of them. We got 4 of the Masters, a 6-inch. I should probably get this closer to the camera so you can see. We got 4 of them. We got 4 of the new and improved zombies. And then I was lucky enough to come by some double breaks. So color and bang. So we'll be sending up some shells tonight. Kind of in the barrage. That'll be the last thing that I'll be setting up. So nice of you juck in there, Checho. Hopefully you have a good New Year's. Hopefully you're going to be shooting something out in your area. Mark Stanton, yeah, highly recommend checking it out, man. Oh yeah, as Hubick Street, I'm gonna butcher it every time. I apologize until you correct me enough. Bill Corbett and the Fireball dudes. If you've ever seen a gas mine, just imagine a 2,000-gallon fireball mine. Trying to get the world record for the biggest gas mine explosion at one event. So I highly recommend if you guys are anywhere near St. Louis, Missouri. I know a lot of people flew out this year. You don't want to miss 2,000 gallons of flammable fluid going up in the sky, all within a matter of probably, 20 seconds? Yeah, I'm not going to miss that for the life of me. If I'm kicking, we'll be out there. All right, we got that one set up. Let me check in. We have an artillery shells, Kyle? Yep. Gonna have those next. I just got these 2 Saturn missiles to work on, and then we'll get on to fusing up my rack. Let's see. Pumped up to see the record attempt fireball dudes? Yeah, me too, man. I think my biggest was like 700 gallons, and that was pretty insane. I mean, we were probably 400 feet, and I was the front row. And let's just say it was hot. Very hot. And it lasted a good amount of time. And seeing that nuke smoke in the sky, that's pretty insane. Let's see. Happy New Year's, Pyro's Pyro on. Thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year's to you as well. Who's watching while setting up their own display? See, that's what I was kind of hoping. You know, you guys would kind of have the stream on the background while you guys were prepping your show or enjoying your night. I know some people have the ability to shoot fireworks, or other people don't. So hopefully it's kind of, end out the year 2021 with y'all. Since you guys keep on watching, I will continue to upload because it's been so much fun over the last 5 years that I think I'm addicted to, doing the YouTube thing. So yeah, hope you guys got most of your shows put up. Skywars 2020 was the best one. I would have to say Skywars 2019. That's when we did the closing show and we had 99 8-inch shells. I think that was my favorite year because I think it was because I'll be hypocritical because I helped set up us KCAP members. We helped set up a show that had 99 8-inch shells. That's the most big shells that I've seen in one show ever. And I've worked on some big 1-3 displays, but they don't never had 99 8-inch shells. So I doubt we'll see that anytime in the near future since we can't bring anything bigger than a 6-inch from China any longer. And American-made shells, those are insane prices for an 8-inch, especially the good ones. AJ Plano's timing is just killer. Oh yeah, AJ knows how to do a power musical, for sure. Toasted Pop-Tart. The neighbors. Hey, I always love that. When I do demo shoots on like 4th of July or New Year's or just a good warm weekend, there's a lot of people down here. They live in a lake community, so all the people from the city come down and shoot fireworks since they can't shoot in the city. And it's always funny when the neighbors start shooting before me. One year, I was shooting I think it was just like 10 items or something, like 10 cakes, so that way I could get some demos up on the channel. And the neighbor was shooting like single shells, and then like some 200 grammers and stuff. And then I sent up like a big old 100-shot thumper. You could just hear their little kid from across the lake. She was so upset. She goes, "Really?" Oh. So let's just say I have competitions with the neighbors, but when they see me shoot, it's just like the 1.3 displays that I've worked on, the city displays. You'll see 1.4 for miles around when you're setting up and preparing for showtime. But as soon as you shoot that first 1.3 big old shell, everyone just kind of shuts up and watches you, and you kind of take the whole precedence of the night. And then when your show ends, they all open back up. That's kind of how it is with the neighbors down here. They'll typically start it because they know I'll finish it. Hey Chacho, happy New Year to you as well, and the family. Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully you're being safe out there, and hopefully you have fun for New Year's, man. Hopefully 2022 is a good one for you. All right, yeah, that wire. Fortunately, I didn't get a long enough USB, so we'll just have to deal with that wire in the shot. So yeah, if you guys, I'm sure you guys shot Saturn missiles. I was just taking off the plastic covers so I can fuse these up real quick. So that way I can shoot these 292 shots together at the same time. Let's see. Please tell you have the Corona Killer cake. Kyle, I actually have the old label of the Corona Killer. If that's that 49 shot Trillion to Sounds, I have the old version of that. Or the old rewrap of that cake. That's that cake's been kind of changed year after year. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Fuses aren't really in the best spot, but I don't want to waste too much. I don't like doing that because that means it matches on the Saturn missiles. Do it like that. I don't know what the best way to do that. Let me cut into one of these, see where the fuse goes. I think it goes right in here, but let me double check. Yeah, neighbors, they always think they have the big stuff. You're right. Toasted Pop-Tart. They always think they have the biggest and baddest until, I start shooting. But I mean, I remember being the small show on the 4th back when I was a kid. The neighbors used to always shoot 3, 4, and 5-inch shells out of PVC tubes they buried 20 feet outside their screen door of their house. I will never recommend using PVC pipe to shoot any type of fireworks. Oh, you're talking about the 318 shot one. Ah, the 1-1. Okay. Yeah. Then I was talking about the 49 shot one that I saw, the Corona Killer. I don't think it's called that. I think it's like Coronavirus or something. I think it's like it's a rewrap of the zombie cake, the 49 shot Trillion to Sound. That's the one that I got. I did a Pyro musical for Christmas tonight. I'm just sending a rack and a couple 200 grams. You did Pyro musical for Christmas? Hey, I'll have to check out the channel there, Trevor, and see if you uploaded it, because I'd love to see it. Yeah, Kyle, then I do not have the Corona Killer. The big old 318 shot one. I do not have that. I don't really, since I can get 1.3, and there's some pretty insane 1.3 cakes out there that are like half the price of the OL 1.1s that you can come across. I'm not going to spend $400 on a cake. I can get a case of 4-inch shells for that price. And I'm talking about like Young Fang's 4-inch. I'd rather get that than one 300 shot, half-inch, quarter-inch bore cake. But some people that can't, don't have their license, I could see the 1.1 being an appeal. For me, if it ain't real cheap, it ain't worth it to me. Alright, so these are like, it's going to be weird. But we'll figure it out. I think we'll just do it together. As much as I don't want to. Yeah, we'll do a fuse in the middle. hopefully I can show you guys what I'm going to do with this one. Let me get some fuse cut out, measured out. See, what did Michael say? Ah, yeah. I'd highly recommend doing that, Michael. Because you are not going to regret that conversation. Checho's got a lot of knowledge. I mean, he's got a big old stash of vintage stuff. You know, I never got into that, but for people that do, he knows where to get that good old vintage fireworks. Because for me, if I got fireworks, I'm going to shoot it. I don't save fireworks. Even like good products, because, you know, you're afraid they might no longer come in. I'm just going to shoot it before it gets too old. Because, I mean, if I want to remember a firework, I don't remember it when it's loud and powerful. I don't want to remember it when it's weak and pitiful. So, if I got it, I'm going to shoot it. That's why I stay away from vintage, because those prices are pretty insane for some vintage collectibles. And like I said, if I got it, I'm just going to shoot it. Let's see. So, I mean, you all having a good evening? Any y'all drinking or smoking or just relaxing or prepping your shows? What you guys all doing right now? Alright, this is going to be kind of funky. Let's just hope it works. If anything, you can always run up and light it if the E-match doesn't work out well. And we'll run you out the front. And we'll tape you together. We're just going to hope that's going to work like that. Let's see. We have talked years ago. Oh, okay. So then you know who he is, Michael. Okay, so we'll make sure. All right, I'm gonna mute my mic for a moment, so that way you guys don't have to hear the tape. Hopefully this doesn't make a loud clicking sound when I mute my mic. So let me tape this real quick. I'll be right back in like 10 seconds. Alright, hopefully that little clicking sound with me muting the mic didn't get too loud. Alright, so I do want to get these matched up so that way I don't have to do it tonight. So let me do these real quick. Typically, if I was in the field, I would use the Chinese or the 1-3 E-match. Because I never like putting the MJG igniters directly on these, as when you put an MJG directly on a fuse, there's like a 50-50 shot that it's going to actually ignite it. So I don't have any E-match on hand, I just have the MJG, so we're going to do a little trick here and see if we can make sure we get 100% fire tonight. You see that Maneater poster? Oh yeah, the Danger Doll Maneater. They gave me duplicates, so that way Schneider's Fireworks, so I can give away to you guys, and also I have one for myself. It's a good graphic, and the wife got me the frame for Christmas, so we'll be hanging that up. I think about putting it right above my main computer screen. Let's see, getting the Anti-Karen show ready. Picture on your phone, T. Let's see, what you got? What'd you send me, Jason? Let me make sure I'm not recording what you sent me. Oh man. Yeah, you're gonna be making some noise out there for sure, Jason. That is that's gonna be a fun time. Oh, you even got Swine NATO. Awesome. Man, I've never seen that green one. What's that green one? Ooh, Hell's Bells. Good one. All right, let me get this put together real quick. So I'm going to kind of cut in to the top half So that way we can get some black powder exposed. I'll go ahead and do that to all these real quick. Just kind of put my fingernails and kind of splitting. It's kind of hard to kind of show you guys up close, but basically I'm putting my fingernails right in the middle and splitting that fuse so we can get some black powder exposed. So hopefully when that MJG igniter lights for that split second, that we will get ignition tonight. Hopefully I'm not muted, by the way. Hopefully I'm still not muted. So let's go ahead and finish these real quick. So basically, I'll just keep the shunt on of the igniter. Since it's kind of frayed, you got black powder all over the place. I'll just lightly put that in there. Don't put it like all the way in, because I've noticed that typically has an issue when you shove the fuse too far in the shunt. We just want to basically have it at the very edge. And then I always like to keep it at an angle, so that way the fire could potentially burn that fuse. And hopefully those cakes weren't blocking you, but basically we got the igniter, got the fuse just barely inside that shunt of the MJG, and then we'll go ahead and tape it on, secure it. Alright, Jason. Some vintage rockets. I'll have to check them out. You'll have to send me a picture if you can. Which ones, because it depends on what they are. If they're anything like the ballistic or any of those, I don't need any of those. You know, ever since that accident that 1 year, I stay away from those types of rockets nowadays. And I don't get to shoot them in Kansas since they're illegal, since they're a stick. So I kind of stay away from rockets, except for those big old rockets. I'm excited to shoot them off. Whew. Let's see. If I'm going straight into lift charge, I use MJGs, but if I'm going to fuse like that, I use Talons, more reliable. I agree with you. Unfortunately, I just have never gotten Talons, so I'll just fray the end of the fuse, just barely put it into the shunt of the MJG, and I've had probably about 95% fire rate with that. But yeah, it would be good to use Talons. It's just I've never got them, so I don't have any to use. Alright, so we got crazy fruits done. Get a little bit of noisemakers. I feel like I'm moving this table every single time. Alright, let me mute myself for a second here. I'm going to take a drink of water. Alright, I'm back. Oop. Can't put the headset on fully, because then I don't know how loud I'm talking. Just want to make sure. So do you guys play video games at all? I know you guys are all into Firework since you're here, but do you guys play computer games or anything like that? Because besides Fireworks, I'm a big gamer as well. So I'm Escape from Tarkov. I don't know if even you guys play that game. Trying to get some drops right now. Alright. I feel like this is like not really close, and it's probably like a blur. I haven't really checked to see how well you guys can see. Probably bad at being a live streamer, you know. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead, remove the cover. I'm going to go ahead and twist these together so that way this E-match is shunted. And then I'll try to get you a little closer this time for how I do the match to fuse technique that I was talking about. Hopefully I can kind of show you a little bit more in depth. Just twisting these together real quick. Alright. Steam Gamer here. Oh yeah. I've been playing, the Long Dark, Escape from Tarkov, and then Rust. Been a Rust streamer, or not a Rust streamer. I've been playing Rust for probably 7 years since it came out. GameCube? You're showing your age there, Michael. I didn't have a GameCube back in the day. Let's see. Because you guys are on a delay, I don't know what you can see right now. So let me pull up OBS so I know where the camera is at. Okay, so you're pretty close. You can kind of see. Yeah, you'll be able to see that pretty well. So basically, got the fuse here. I'm going to go ahead and use my fingernails and just kind of fray it. Let me see if I can show you on that fuse. See how it's kind of frayed? Kind of exposing that black match, or sorry, black powder in there. And then we'll just put that right in the shunt, just barely, like about that. Let me get some tape before. If you guys have noticed, I've been kind of putting tape on the table before I need it. Because another thing is you only got 2 hands, and since the wife isn't helping me prepping today, tearing a piece of tape by hand while using the other 2 hands to fuse fireworks, kind of hard to do. So I've just kind of grown into always laying out some pieces of tape when I'm about to prep a cake or something. Red Rhino rockets. Did not know there was such a thing. But also I don't use rockets or buy them that often since I can't really use them out here where I live. So yeah, hopefully you guys saw what I did there. Hopefully this one match will ignite both of these Saturn missile batteries. So let me finish this last 200 gram pod, and then we will whip out the rack. It's raining in Hawaii. How can we ensure the powder and the cakes don't get wet when on the ground? It's a good question. So for me, I always try to put the fireworks out as late as possible. But you want to basically raise them off the ground. Since most cakes are either wooden or cardboard or some kind of paper material, you want to make sure that they're off the ground even a little bit. An example would be if you have like a couple wooden pallets. Those are good. Basically, put some screws around the cakes on a wooden pallet, so that way it's off the ground, so that way the black powder doesn't get wet at all. Also, keep the tops on, so that way a little bit more water protection, because if you take tops off, then you're just exposing the black powder. It's another way to kind of prep for the rain. Like for me, have you guys noticed, I haven't took any of the tops off. The Saturn missiles I did, because they have those like hard plastic covers that tell you to take it off. But all these cakes, I'm leaving the tops on. It's going to be a mess. I mean, it's my property. It's going to be a mess. I got so many cardboard plugs. I mean, I probably have thousands of cardboard plugs on my property. But yeah, pallet is a good technique. Another technique is a couple layers of cardboard, or if you have some type of rack that elevates it off the ground by at least an inch or 2. Keep the tops on, and then even like plastic bag, carpet mask, or something to kind of cover the whole cakes themselves would be kind of a good rain protection. And like I said, try to put it out as late as possible. Don't have it out there for hours, because then you're just going to get soaked. Let's see. Garbage sacks and pallets. Yeah, that's exactly, Jason. That's the best way. Or a tarp, if you got it. Hopefully that helps you out there, Kyle, and hopefully you have a good show with whatever you're shooting. Let me get this one together so we can start doing the rack. The tape holder. Yeah, that's probably something I should have. But I go through so much tape, I just mean like, I don't know. It's one of those things that I just like doing the finger rip tape. There. I need to get a tape holder. It'd be nicer, but until I get a legitimate Pyro box, it just seems like too big, too cluttered. So I just like to do the typical ripping it with the finger of the Magic Dave's tape, or should I say the U-Haul tape. I actually got a case of it from U-Haul. Man, when I went in there to pick it up, they were like, "Why do you need all this tape?" And I was like, "For fireworks." And they had no idea what I was talking about. But it's all right. now I have 20 rolls, 20 giant rolls of this tape, and I only use it for fireworks. So let's see, are we in the frame? Let's hope we're in the frame. So yeah, basically just kind of barely put that in there, just barely. So that way that black powder is right up against there. So when that flame ignites, it should ignite that little black powder running there. We're going to hope. Since I don't have any actual E-match, because every time I've used it, like a legitimate E-match, using this technique, I have 100% fire every time. MJGs, it's kind of iffy. Let's see, you got super lucky and found a case of Dave's tape at a discount store for $150 a roll. Wow. That's a pretty good deal right there. I think I paid $250 a roll when I bought the case from U-Haul directly. And then to save on shipping, I had them ship it to like my U-Haul location, the closest one to me. And it saved me probably about $20 on shipping, since it was a big old case to have 20 giant rolls of this. Okay, so I think that's set up. Let me take a drink of water real quick after I get this out of the way, and we will whip out the rack, get that set up, and get ready for the night. I mean, what time is it? 9 o'clock, so I got 3 hours. Okay. So let's move this out of the way. Let's make sure I got some space for all this. Alright. I gotta move the chair. Kind of blocked myself in. Ugh. Alright. More wires. I know, in the shot. There we go. Ugh. Let's get that set up. Move my chair back out of the way. Yeah. You can order it on Amazon. Another way to get it. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year's there, Hubix Tree. I'll definitely see you at Freeze Fest for sure. If not, a live stream before then. But have a good night. Have a good New Year's, and we'll see you in 2022. And good luck with game night. Let's see. M. Boyd, Happy New Year's. I had to do my shot last night. It was great. I shot Sky Song Fireworks brand this time. They were wonderful. Yeah. I think it was Michael. Michael was saying that he shot his Sky Song with his favorite brand, and never even heard of them. Didn't even know they existed till you guys told me about it today, so I'll definitely have to look out for it. Where my 818 Pyro's at? What's up, Sacred Pyro? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Mr. and Mrs. Pyro, nice you guys to pop in. How you guys doing? Hopefully you have a good New Year's out there. If you are, you in Las Vegas or you over there in California? Because either or is probably going to be difficult to shoot. 2 hours to go here on the East Coast. Yeah, Pyro Don, you'll be celebrating before me for sure. Alright. So what I'm doing now, hopefully it's in the shot. Yeah, it should be. I got a light, like a ring light behind here. Hopefully it's giving you enough light. But for me, since all the cakes are going to be going everywhere, less debris coming down is best. When you're, trying to not have a fire start or burn something. So I always take these outside covers off. It's a personal preference. You don't have to. It's just for me, I've never seen a problem with doing so. And it means less cleanup, less debris afterwards. So I always take the covers off of my shells when I'm shooting on my property. I will be honest. When it's not my property and I don't care about making a mess, I'll leave them on. But here, less debris that's burning in the air, I feel safer about. Let me go ahead and get all these ripped off here real quick. Alright, so we got those 4 done. Let's move on to the next 4. That was the only brand really available? Wow. Where, what area are you based out of there in Boyd? Because I'm kind of interested. I'm here in the Midwest. I've never even heard of the brand until you guys brought it up tonight. So I'll be interested to know where that is the only brand available. Hopefully it's not like a TNT or a Safe and Stain state. Because, I mean, if you guys are saying it's a good brand, I doubt it would be any Safe and Stain states. All right, Pyro Don, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a good New Year's. Be safe out there and enjoy the night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Trying to watch the Nashville show tonight. Might be on CBS or Fox News. Oh, okay. Tennessee. Do they have a New Year's display? Around me, unfortunately, they don't really have any New Year's city displays here in the Midwest, or at least where I'm at. So basically, it's all the backyard pyros that make up New Year's displays around here. So, what, we got 23 of you guys on here? Hey, that's awesome. Woo! These are one of the masters. Look at all that. I don't know if you can see it on the video that well, but let's just say there is a lot of powder underneath that cover. A lot. Man, I love these shells. Nothing better than a master, in my opinion, if you're looking for color. No, not TNT. Yeah. I've never bought I want to say I've never bought one, but I've never. The few TNT stores that are around me here in the Midwest, they always are right next to big name brand stores, and it's always funny watching the people walking into a TNT store and realizing they didn't really get anything worth value out of there. I mean, there are some decent stuff, but I mean, I don't like Phantom and TNT for the fact that they've kind of monopolized some states, and basically they give politicians and cities and states money to ensure that they're the only brand that's allowed to sell in certain counties and states and jurisdictions. And for me, if you're going to monopolize it and then bring not okay product and charge out the butt for it, that's kind of some shoddy business. I mean, if I'm paying $20 for an item retail, it better be powerful. Don't give me the weakest thing like in Barbecue Rando, if you see this, or Redbeard, no offense, but I did not grow up in a Safe and Stain area, so I don't know how you guys deal with it at all. Because for me, I'm not going to go out there and buy a fountain stick rocket. I want a real rocket. If I want to stick on a firework, I want to see a rocket effect, and that's just a little fountain. But I know you guys dabble in the other fireworks when you can, and you gotta agree. It's still awesome to hear that you're able to see fireworks and shoot them, because I know there's a lot of states and counties, and there's a lot of places in the United States and throughout the world where fireworks are legal, 24/7, 365. See, those are all done. Let me get these last few done. Then we'll go ahead and prep. If you ever get a chance to get any Pyro Demon fireworks, you need to try them out. Yeah. I think I've got some Pyro Demon firecrackers before, but there's not really a lot of Pyro Demon manufacturers or sellers here in the Midwest, unfortunately. So I haven't been able to try much of their stuff out. I know I was trying to reach out to Pyro Nation or Rob to see where he was getting a lot of his stuff. And it was like Intergalactic, and then what was the other store that he was talking about? But when I can find cheaper wholesale prices for similar product, and since I haven't really tried out their stuff, I typically go with stuff that I know I'm going to get a good deal out of. So it's kind of weary, putting in a $2,000 order with a manufacturer or company that you've never really had or tried before. $2,000, if I spend $6,000 a year, that's a third of my budget that I don't know if I'm going to be getting the best bang for the buck. And unfortunately, since there's no other wholesalers around here that sell Pyro Demon, that's about the only way that I can get it. Bada boom. There you go, Pyro Don. I knew someone would say it. Yeah, Bada Boom Fireworks. I have reached out to them, Intergalactic. I haven't pulled the trigger. Alright, now that my hands are nice and covered in that good old flash, I think it's time we get this fused up. So my goal here is we're going to be using, let's make sure I have enough match. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 Qs so far, so yeah, we'll have enough. I want this slow fuse, so that way I can see each shell individually on the first 2 rows. Last 2 rows is going to be nothing but finale. So we're going to slow fuse. It's that red, white, blue, like 35, 45 second burn time per foot that I got off canonfuse.com back when it was available and cheap. So we're going to go ahead and get these links cut up. Dropping my utensils. I bought 2 big of these. There's a smaller size, and I should have got the smaller size because these things are huge. Alright, let me get these links cut out a fuse, and then we'll go through and fuse these up. You like Top Gun and Iron Man brand? Yeah, there's some decent products. I mean, it's really luck of the draw on, I'd say probably 50% of the brands out there. It's usually like a 50-50. They may have a phenomenal cake, and then the next one you shoot, you're like, what is that? So it's all about knowing what brands are consistent with their product, because year after year, firework companies are always going to change their quality or the quantity, so they're going to adjust the price, the effects, and stuff like that. And that's one thing that's kind of fun, but also at the same time kind of annoying in the firework industry. The fact that they will make the same cake, 5 years in a row, and each year will be a different quality. That's always annoying to me. You would kind of want the same thing, same power, the same color, same duration year after year. But with fireworks, you don't typically get that. So you just kind of have to go with the flow. Let's see. You doing your show live or just uploading? Toasted Pop-Tart, I don't have the best reception out here. So if I was going to do it live, it would probably be going in and out, and it would be like 720p, and for me, that just ain't worth it. So it's either do 720 pixel and have it kind of be blurry and kind of going in and out, because I don't really have the greatest Wi-Fi out here in the boonies, or record it in 4K and upload it tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and probably just record it in 4K and upload it to the channel and release it some tomorrow afternoon, because I want to be able to look back and see what the show was, so that way if any of the fireworks are in it that I would like to use again, I know what they are and I can kind of refresh my memory. As if I do live stream, then it's just not good quality, and since I've been on the 4K grind for many years, I don't want to stray away from it. Hopefully we'll get the budget soon enough to be able to live stream 1080 or 4K sometime, but my budget does not allocate that much for a good device or a camera that allows me to do so. So hopefully I'm not kind of covering up what I'm doing. Basically, I'm just lying the shell fuse below. See if I can rotate this. So I'm just lying the shell fuse below, and then I'm kind of taping it around. I'm sure you guys have used this technique. If not, use the zip ties. I've always had problems with zip ties, so I just do the tape. I have a better fire rate with it, so that's just what I do. But I'm sure you guys do a similar thing with your setup of your racks. Let me go ahead and finish this row of the slow fuse. I'm doing this last one, see if you guys got any questions for me. Nope. Okay. fine with me. Go ahead and finish this, because I'm going to get relaxing, do a little bit of, relaxing before showtime, and hopefully the weather doesn't get really horrible tonight, because I got to go set all this stuff outside. And worst thing with fireworks, when you do all this prepping and then all of a sudden you have to scrap the show, it's never fun. So we're going to hope I don't have to do that tonight. So let me go ahead and fuse this next row. So same thing, fuse on the bottom, and then just kind of tape it tight. Let me see. Just looking to see who is still here in the chat real quick. Apologize, you're probably looking at my butt. Going to fire this Tornado in reverse. I've always wanted to do that. Fire a zipper cake or a big old cake backwards, but for me, I don't like to see the finale first. I like to see it at the end. But that would be pretty cool. Hopefully you can give me a video, Jason, if you ain't too busy when you're shooting that tonight. I'd love to see some of those products you're shooting. And yeah, if any of you guys have the channel, obviously you do because you're watching mine, I want to see your guys' New Year's display. I don't care about the quality. Obviously, if you're starting out, it's just being able to share it with other pyros in the pyro community. I always love watching, big or small, anyone else's shows, techniques, brands, anything about fireworks. I mean, I watch a lot of firework videos throughout the week on top of doing all of my firework stuff on my channel. I may not comment on a lot of videos as I'm just kind of, scrolling through them on lunch or break or to go to sleep with and stuff like that. But I do watch a lot of firework people. There's one channel that I won't watch. It's because they're very unsafe with fireworks, and I'm sure you guys know who that is. Because being unsafe and promoting fireworks that way, yeah, that's not cool. And you know who you are. Don't need to say the name, but let's just say you all should know the channel. Clickbaity stuff is how you succeed. I'll just be myself and be safe with it. Where's my quick fuse? Right in front of me. Alright, so these ones we're going to be quick fusing. Let's see, right about there's perfect. Hope you all have a blessed New Year. I'll talk to you later. Boyd, hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good New Year's as well. Have a safe one and a happy 2022 is it's right around the corner. Hey, you got it. You know what I'm talking about, Boyd. All the true pyros know who I'm talking about. Promoting unsafe and dangerous acts just for clout, it ain't worth it to me. So I'll just do my job and not be one of those people. Alright, let's get these last two rows done. I'll be putting it up in a couple of days on my channel. Alright, Pyro Don, I'm a subscriber of yours, so can't wait to see it. Typically, I would probably roll out my video on Monday, but I think since I'm doing the live stream tonight, I want to get the video up as soon as possible. Probably will be too incoherent to render it tonight, but definitely tomorrow. I'd say tomorrow afternoon we'll put up the New Year's display video for you guys to watch. And I'm really intrigued to see your guys' stuff out there. See what you guys did for the 4th to celebrate. It's the 4th, wow. For New Year's to celebrate. Alright, there's last one. We'll get on the last row. So we're just about done doing my little setup of my little show. Again, if you guys weren't here in the beginning, since The weather's coming in pretty hardcore tonight. I scratched a good part of my show. So that way, in case it does come down really badly, I don't have to de-prep a lot of product. And also, I don't ruin a lot of product. Go ahead and get this taped up. So, I know I asked you earlier, if you guys are still here, when I asked about it, what your favorite brand was this year. What is your favorite firework item to buy? So, like, would you prefer spending a lot on a 500-gram cake? Would you prefer buying multiple 200 grams? Would you like to get a lot of novelties, a lot of small items? Like, say if you had $100 and you went to a store, what are you most likely going to spend your money on? Are you going to get the most items for that $100, which may not be very impactful, but you get longevity? Or are you going to go blow it on like a 60-gram canister shell kit and be happy with that? Because for me, I kind of like to dabble in everything possible. Like a small 500 gram or a 350, a couple 200 grams, some firecrackers and stuff like that. And that's how I've always been since I was a little kid. So I'm interested to know how you guys are out there buying. If you're on a budget or if you go in with a certain dollar amount, what are you looking for when you're out of the store? The 500 grams, the 200 grams, the rockets, the firecrackers, the novelties, the smoke items. Like, what are you guys looking for when you're out there? All right, let's go ahead and tape this up. Now, I would normally do some aluminum tape, but unfortunately, I don't got any. So we're going to hope this tape job that I'm about to do will prevent crossfiring, but it's never guaranteed, especially when you're dealing with fire. And it likes to go everywhere. So let's see if we can get lucky and do it right. So hopefully that's in the shot. Just kind of taping over the exposed fuse. Obviously, that first shell lifts, it's going to rip this whole piece of tape off. We're just trying to prevent it from catching the next row on fire. Because since I'm going to be firing 4 different cues on this at 4 different times, I want to try to not send up all the shells at once. It would be pretty cool if it accidentally crossfire, but that's not the goal. Because I have a set plan based on the shells that I had set up in here of how I want this to go tonight. So let's hope it works out. Let's see. More of a 200 gram guy this year. I only bought 2 500 gram cakes and 36 artillery shells. Yeah, 200 grams is definitely is probably my favorite buy. When I buy wholesale, I'll probably get more 200 gram cakes in total than I will 500 grams. Obviously, I'll get more 500 gram cases, but I mainly get like 80 500 gram cakes, whereas I might get 120 to 150 200 grams, since 200 gram cases are cheaper and you get more in a case. And technically, if you look at a case of 500 grams, you're getting 2,000 grams of fireworks in that case. Well, a case of 200 gram, if it is a true 200 gram and you get like 12 in a case, 12 times 200, you're looking at 2,400 grams. So you got an extra 400 grams in that case than if you were to get the 500 gram. But overall, the breaks are going to be smaller, but you'll get double, triple, or quadruple the amount of shots. But you'll get more composition, and it's cheaper than the 500 grams. So yeah, typically 200 grams is the way that I go for first. Look at the wrap pic on your phone. All right, Jason, hold on. Did you just send it to me? Let's see. I don't got anything yet. I just got the Karen show that you were talking about. Let's get this fused up here. But it's good to know that other people stick the same route that I go, the 200 gram route. And for me, it's not quality. It's more like quantity. I'm like the Americans and Russians in World War II. Instead of quality, I'll take quantity. I think I just got it, Jason. That's a pretty good wrap on that one. That fits into perfect to New Year's. See, I've been talking for almost 2 hours now. Whew. Time flies by when you're talking to yourself. I'll tell you one thing. My day job, I talk a lot, so my throat's kind of dry. Since I was on the phones for like 9 hours a day. Whew. But yeah, I mean, for you guys that are here currently, do you enjoy the live stream setups or discussions about fireworks and stuff like that? Is that something that I should continue to do more often, or do you kind of like the demo videos and those types of videos more? Because I kind of want to do some more live streaming. It's kind of fun to do so, but with fireworks, unless I'm shooting something, I feel like not everyone's going to want to enjoy it as much. Because, if I'm shooting fireworks on a live stream, that's really cool. I would definitely watch that. Prepping, yeah, to see someone's technique a couple times. But, like, going through a case of fireworks, it wouldn't really kind of keep me entertained for, like, 2 hours. Like we've done tonight. So, let me know if you guys enjoy the live stream, whether it's in this chat or in the comments of this video when I upload this to the channel for anyone that watches it later on. It's a lot more work on the live stream, but it's kind of more raw, unedited. Toasted Pop-Tart live streams and all of your content is good. Awesome. Glad to hear. I've always strived to kind of update the channel as far as quality goes, content, variety. I got Pyro musicals, I got demos, I got how-to videos, I got, I think I've already talked about displays, events, stashes. I've tried to do a wide variety. Basically, if it's something firework related in my life, I share with you guys on the web. Because some people aren't as lucky enough to do what I do with fireworks or have the ability to afford it or stuff like that. And for me, as my channel says, I enjoy fireworks so much that I would love to share that enjoyment with others. Obviously, in-person fireworks are the best. But I try to do my best for the videos and live streams on the channel, as I do it as though if I was a viewer, what would I enjoy? So that's kind of how I've kind of built my channel over the last 5.5 years. Alright, I think we got all that set up. I think we, let's see. Spy vs. Spy Pyro, everything you do is great. Hey, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. I'll be honest with you. When I started the channel 5.5 years ago, and I seem to say this every live stream, never thought I'd get 100 subs. No clue. Never expected more than 100. And now we're over, 7,500? 5.5 years? Whew. It's crazy. Can't believe I've spent half of a decade on YouTube. And we're about to push 1,000 videos on the channel. Man. It's been a long ride, but it's been a lot of fun. And you pyros out there, comments, attending, seeing you guys out at the events and stuff like that, that's what makes it all worth it. Learning the firework knowledge, seeing all the product out there, and just doing anything firework related. It's my passion, it's my dream. It's what I enjoyed a lot as a kid, and I'm lucky enough to be able to have that dream come true and do what I love every year and throughout the year. Sorry, I had to mute my mic. Figured I'd take a drink real quick before we do the match on this. Jason, I probably watch at least 20 Pyro videos or so a week. The live has been every entertaining, good job and things, so I appreciate it. I'm not, no gamer live streamer that has been doing it for like years on end like I have been, recording videos. So I try my best, and that's all I can try. That's all I can do, right? So I'm just glad that it's at least entertaining and hopefully informative. Happy New Year from the Netherlands. Hey, I was wondering if you jump on. Technically, it's new. Yeah, did you enjoy your New Year's there? Below Pyro, so I'm late, but I made it. Happy New Year to y'all. Hey, Happy New Year to you as well. Watch Pyro vids every day. Same here. Like I said, I may not comment on every video I watch, but I'm out there watching it. Pretty much anyone that I've ever seen comment on my channel, I always go check out and see if they have Fireworks on their channel, and then I subscribe instantly and watch anyone's content that's ever watched mine. I feel like it's the right thing to do, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot by watching a wide variety of Pyros throughout the country, especially over on the European, Russia, Ukrainian sides like that. I think it's time we'll get the match out and get these four set up. What's up, Pyros? Stay safe. Sound is vibration. Hey, you have a safe and happy New Year as well. Well, I appreciate you jumping in below, Pyro. Glad you stopped by. I'm sure you're going to be sending up some stuff tonight. If you haven't already sent some stuff up already, or this weekend, I know you're going to be blowing something up. But yeah, anyone that's just jumping in now, when this renders to 1080 after the live stream, I will put it up on the channel for you guys to watch if you want to in the future. And then my New Year's show, we'll go ahead and record that tonight in 4K and get that uploaded tomorrow. So if you guys want to check it out, I'd appreciate it. It's now 4:35 in the night. What are you doing up so late? All right, let me check the GoPro. Ooh, we got 27%. All right, she's almost dead. So we got to finish up here before the GoPro dies. It's the one downfall of the GoPro. It's got some good quality when it comes to fireworks. It doesn't like to pick up blues and greens too well. That's one drawback, as well as battery life. It only likes to record for about 2.5, 3 hours unless it's hooked up to a charger. And unfortunately, with this USB and the software they have for Windows and GoPros to use it as a webcam, it does not charge itself when it's hooked to the computer, unfortunately. So it just slowly drains the battery, and those batteries do not last long on GoPros. That's why I have three for the GoPro 9 that I got, and then 3 for the 7 that I still use as well. You're done poking and prepping, but you cheated? How'd you cheat there, Jason? Set up some, but got some good stuff for 12? Oh, yeah. Since basically I clocked out from work, ate dinner, and then jumped and got everything set up for the live stream, I haven't been able to shoot nothing yet. Obviously, I don't normally have this table in the room, but instead of using the phone, I figured I'd use the GoPro, so we got to be within computer range of my USB cord. So that way I can use the GoPro and have at least a 1080 versus the phone method. Be up there on the 15th to see you, buddy. The 15th. Are you talking to Jason? Or are you talking to me, Midlow? Just come home from my brother's house. I was celebrating New Year's out there. Hey, glad to see you made it home safe and sound. I'm sure you had a fun time over there. But glad to see you made it back all right. Are you talking about... what are you talking about, Midlow? I'm confused. Me and the kids did a 35 rocket barrage, upload already, fast fuse. We had a blast. Happy New Year. Got to work in the morning. All right, Pyro Rockets. Well, I'll definitely have to check out the channel and that video. But thanks for stopping by. Have a good New Year's, and we'll see you in 2022. Good luck at work. Unfortunately, some people do have to work on New Year's Day. Luckily, I don't have to this year. But I'll definitely have to check out that video in the next day or so. Heading out, gonna go grab a snack, watch some TV before I wow my neighbors. All right, Toasted Pop-Tart. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Have a good New Year's. Stay safe out there. Good luck on your show. Yeah, and hopefully it all goes well. All right, so let's go ahead and hopefully I'm showing this on screen. Let me move this back. I'm gonna go ahead and fray the ends again. My fingernails just kind of split the fuse in half, so we can get that black powder exposed. But I don't have good light. The light's behind me, so I'm kind of shadowing my own light. Not the best thing, but be alright. Get it figured out. Been watching your demos all year. First live stream I've caught. Great content vids from you and other pyros helped me make some great picks. My fourth show was epic. Well, I'm glad to hear. Like I said, one of the reasons I kind of started my channel was because there's a lot of brands that weren't on YouTube at the time, 5.5 years ago. And I wanted to kind of be informative as well as showing, good product, the ins and outs of the firework industry. So, since I shoot my pro shows, I would love to, if the company I work for would let me, I would love to do an in-depth video, kind of like what was it, Pyro Talk or Dave has done on his Zambelli shows that he's worked at. And man, he's so lucky to work with Zambelli. Growing up as a kid, I always dreamed that I'd be able to shoot a show with the Zambelli firework family. Hopefully, I'll be able to still do that dream someday if I get lucky enough. But I mean, if you ain't in the family or you don't live out in that area where they're shooting, it's kind of hard to get in with the Zambelli over on the East Coast. But I would love to shoot a Zambelli fireworks show. It'd be pretty awesome. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you'll understand. But thanks. None of your business. Glad to see you've been enjoying it, and glad to see you got some techniques or abilities or learned a little bit about fireworks and what to buy and what to avoid. And that's hopefully what a lot of the YouTube pyros out there, I think that's what they're all trying to achieve and trying to provide, Everyone's overview of fireworks and why we all love them so much. You going to see Dale Midlow? No containers that I've heard of. Any of the good ones have come in. So I ain't going nowhere as of yet. But also I was kind of sick for like 2 months and haven't worked. I just finally got back to work. So let's just say the firework budget went to all the bills for the last couple months. So I don't really have a budget right now. But if Dale's got something that I should know about, hopefully he's telling me and not just telling you. Because I would like to know if he's got some good stuff right now. What shells are those? I've already kind of taped them up, but we got 8 of the 6-inch GoldenEye shells by Hot Brand. We have 4 of the Masters, the 6-inch. We have 4 of the 4 of the double break shells, the half color, half sound. And then we got 4 of the zombies, the new version. They used to be the gray cans, but now they're like the blue wrap. So those are the shells that we got in there, and hopefully that was what you were asking about when you were talking about shells. So now we got all these on here. I'm going to go ahead and secure the E-match, so that way it didn't get ripped out tonight. Hopefully I'm showing this on the video. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and tape it right there, just like I did on the cakes earlier. Since this is going to be plugged in, we want to make sure this doesn't get ripped out, because the way that I got it fused, we don't want it ripping out just like that one did. See? Just came right out. And that what I was trying to prevent, and it happened anyway. And see, that's another thing that I had to prep inside. When it gets so cold outside that the tape doesn't stick, you kind of have to prep in warm weather to use this tape. That's the only drawback of it. Because when it's cold, it doesn't like to stick well. Hey, Randy Matthews, I was wondering if you were going to check in. I assumed you were going to be sending up some product tonight, so I didn't know if you were going to stop by, but glad to see you're coming in. Hopefully you got a good New Year's show planned or shooting something. See, I did it again. I'm getting tired and distracted trying to talk while doing this. Alright, let's do this again. See if we can get that tape tighter on this attempt. And before I pull it out, go ahead and get that taped up. But yeah, Randy, hopefully you have a good New Year's. If you plan on shooting a show or in general, thanks for stopping by. Awesome shells, man. I'm jealous. Hey, Mario. I mean, they are good shells. I'm definitely excited and thankful to get them. But since they're all expensive and prices are only going to get worse next year, I'm only shooting these. And some of you are wondering probably why I'm not using these tubes over here. The way that I got to shoot on my property, I don't really have much left or right angle. These are going to be basically shot above my driveway, and these are going to be shot straight up over my driveway as well, so that way all the debris lands on my property. If I were to shoot this way, it would be shooting across the street towards the neighbor's area, and I don't like to have any debris on anyone's property that isn't mine. All the neighbors love fireworks as much as I do. Basically, I hit them up like 5 minutes before I'm about to shoot, so that way, you know, if they have dogs or anything like that, I give them a heads up. I'm not the dick in the neighborhood, as you would say. I do give them a heads up when I'm about to shoot, and most of the times they come out there and enjoy them with me. But yeah, we're not using these, so I don't shoot over towards the neighbor's property. Got to getting ready to go, bro. Got about an hour. Yeah, it's 9:45 here, so I got about 2 hours and 15 minutes. But yeah, you over there on the East Coast, you got about an hour to go. Hopefully you're ready. Ask Dale about the Pyro God inflatable. I use my fuse cutter to cut a shape angle at the end of the fuse. Works great. Easier on my fingertips too. Yeah. I'm since I knew I was prepping tonight, I didn't trim my fingernails for the last 2 weeks, so that way they'd be good and tearing apart. And I'm still somewhat young, so you know, I'm stubborn. I don't change it up, so that's just what I've done since I started fusing racks. That's the way I do it. But yeah, it'd be good to be able to use the fuse cutters and nip it instead of using the fingernail method. I think that's good. Just double checking my work visually, making sure I don't have any cross fuse. I do want to kind of cover this up since these shells are going towards the end. I don't want those to go prematurely. Get these covered up, because we're gonna hope we don't have any crossfire. I'm gonna try to set up the older GoPro at ground level, so that way I can get both views. I don't know if I want to aim down, kind of like this camera is, so it's aiming down at the fireworks, or if I put it on the ground and aim it up. Still debatable on that. I don't know which view I like better, whether you're aiming up at the cakes and you're like right here, you know, looking straight up, or is it better to have it above looking down upon? I don't know which is cooler. What do you guys prefer? You know, if you were seeing a shot, would you prefer it to be looking down at the cake, like the second shot, or to be looking up from below it, like right below it? What do you think would be better? Because I'm intrigued to know. I always prefer to kind of be like level, so you can kind of see it come out of the tube, and then you get some effect. But I'm kind of interested to know what you guys do. Or prefer, shall I say. think we're looking good on all these. Just hope this all works out tonight. When I don't use aluminum foil, there's always a chance for a crossfire. I had set these up in a certain way with the shell, so basically it's going to be a whistle with a brake. It's going to be a strobe with a brake. It's going to be a big old color loud brake, and then a sound item. And the sound item will kind of let me know when to light the next row, or right after I see the color. Since the first 2 row are slow fuse, and the last 2 row are quick fuse, I want to be sending these up at the same time. So we're going to be sending up, 2, 4, 5, 10 shells. It's kind of in and out tonight, and then we'll be sending up these 10 kind of slow, kind of building up to these last. I still don't know how I'm going to shoot this stuff tonight. All the cakes that I prepped already, I don't know, we're just going to wing it. But, yeah. Alright. Looks good. If I don't work, well, I always think it should have. Yeah. The crowd doesn't know. So. Alright, well, I got all that prepped. I got all my cakes prepped. We're a little bit past 2 hours, a little bit longer than expected. But I think I'm going to end the stream here. Get everything cleaned up so that way I can be ready for midnight. Yeah, I want to thank all you guys out there, guys and gals, for stopping in, whether you join the live stream or you watch this video in the future, or once it's on the channel uploaded. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you kind of learned something, or at least, had some kind of entertainment value out of it, because, that's what the channel's for. To be safe with fireworks, being a little bit more informative, and see stuff explode. The stuff that we all enjoy by fireworks. So, Pyros, I really do hope you have a wonderful New Year's if it's already passed. Hope you have a good New Year's if it's coming up. Hopefully you're safe and you have a good New Year's night. And, yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow in 2022 with the video of all the stuff that I prepped. And then we'll be back to releasing videos on probably Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the New Year's. So, y'all be safe. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your 2021 and a wonderful 2022. And I'll see you all in the New Year's. For now, Pyros, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a demo video.